We squirted on God so hard, his holy sword broke. That's a wild statement to make, but here we are. It's like generic Japanese soap operas, bruh. And she's eating this shit up. Oh, that's a little too dare if you ask me. Bro's about to get his world rocked in ways he didn't know possible. He's gonna end up with holes he didn't know were possible. It gets worse! And in doing so, it gets so much better! I'm going to buy the Blu-ray if they have behind the scenes. I need behind the scenes of how they made this shit. This is once again an unedited real shot of an isekai. Hot old man onion? Literally, someone on the production team was really good at arts and crafts, because this isn't sloppily put together either. Like, this is pretty well done. You know how r/anime have, like, such a fetish for sniffing their own farts that they bitch and moan? We can't discuss Lord of Mysteries on r/anime. It's not anime enough! Do you think at some point they're gonna stop airing this because it's not animated like anime enough? I bet they will. It's the fact that it's actually well produced for what they're going for. The fact that we get to see the staff push the fucking shit and she's fucking calling it out. The fucking generic flames. It just gets better. You know how we make the joke, it takes a real man to be best girl? It takes being the worst isekai to be the best isekai. That's how this show is. We squirted on God so hard, his holy sword broke. That's a wild statement to make, but here we are. We killed everyone. Religion is now dead in this world. Bro, it's our Demon King, bro. We fucked him up so much. He's going for something simple now. A fish? He did tell him about the fish. I mean it with my full fucking chest. This is the greatest anime of all time. This is an anime of the season. This is an anime of the year. This is anime of the century. I feel so fucking happy to be alive right now, guys. Those are some of my highlights, though. Look, it's the full live reactions to all these episodes. To everything we're watching. Holy shit, I don't know where the Patreon. We have so much to dive into. The fact that I don't even have to do anything for a thumbnail. The things that come out of this fucking man's head when we plug him in with every one of his isekai rodeos. And the stories she gets to witness. The thing that's so fucking beautiful about this show is the amount of effort that legitimately goes into it. But when people see a random shot, they would think the least amount of effort put into a show. But it's a real talent to make something look like there's no effort into it. Because you actually do. Because often these shows, they're like, oh my god, they just, they drew a stick man and moved it around. But that's not what they're doing. They're legitimately doing arts and crafts to an insane degree to move them around, blend them in with this actual anime style. And in making the show often look like there's no effort put in, they're putting in more effort than you actually want to believe. On one hand, I think this first chunk of the episode is very similar to the weird bullshit we had in the previous episode, but they did it differently, man. Just the way it just continued. Like, when I hear bro is going to be reincarnated as a vegetable, I'm thinking, okay, remember the jokes I'm making about reincarnated as watching paint dry? I thought it was literally going to be him as a fucking carrot. No, bro straight up went on an entire isekai adventure with live action people, but as he even says, you can't have an old man traveling with the vegetables, so in doing so, they had to turn him into the old man onion. The more it went on, the more fucking insane it became. I need a Blu-ray release of this show, and I need to have Lord of the Rings level behind the scenes feature. And if you don't know, now, there's been plenty of Lord of the Rings box sets released. The one I have, one of the Blu-rays, there's like 30 fucking hours of behind the scenes, and I've watched all of it. And to see how things were made, I need that, because every week in the credits, but 30, 45 seconds into the credits, they show the behind the scenes of how they made the particular episode, with green screen included. This shit is fucking wonderful. This is legitimately isekai gold. And every week there's someone who will unironically be like, oh, you're taking the piss. I'm not. This is fucking brilliant. To take the concepts of the dumbest fucking isekai stories you could think of, off the top of my head, reincarnated as my neighbor's dildo, I now slayed the Demon King. That is not gonna work as a 12 episode production. That is a 5 to maybe 8-minute gag that maybe you could animate. And this production said, yeah, legitimately, let's just make a lot of dumb fucking names into a story, But rather than just do it with traditional animation, we'll mix arts and crafts, live action footage, and stupid fucking animation styles, but we'll make them look competently done for the style in question. We've had claymation, we've had arts and crafts, we're gonna have hand puppets soon enough. But then you can even look at the end of the episode. What they did for this story, which was reincarnated as a lock, with probably one of the funniest plot twists, didn't see it coming. Turns out the chest itself was the hero. So who would have thought that God and the demon would get squirted on so hard they died? Factually correct too, I'm not even taking the piss on how the story developed. It's actually very similar to how, if you think of when a lot of publishers, they'll animate trailers for their mangas or comics. Now, it's not fully animated like a traditional cartoon or anime or something like that. So it's more of like a motion manga where you kind of see movement. That's what they did for this. It has a very comic book aesthetic, but it's basically directed like a motion manga rather than a full-on piece of animation. Now, you could look at that, oh, it's effortless, they're taking the piss. No, but there's so much creativity. And the stories themselves are really entertaining. Now, some people, it's too weird for me. Okay, that's fine. That sounds like a boring reason for me, but hey, we all have our opinion. You know, I think South Park's hilarious. Some people don't find it hilarious. It is what it is. Comedy's subjective. But there's no reason why anyone should look at this show and actually say, oh, they didn't try. No, they fucking tried and then some. I really want people to take a look, the adorableness of seeing people like this just have the time of their fucking life animating and doing wild things. And the fact that the size of their creations too, like, it's not like they're just drawing these little paint, no, like they're full on making arts and crafts. And I have to imagine working on this production must be a night and day difference than working on a lot of anime productions. I'm sure there was some stress with it, like anything, but it must have been a complete, like, oh my god, it's summer vacation, we're playing with our homies, making fun little contraptions, having the time of our lives. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. And every episode after the credits, go back and look if you haven't seen it. They always show how they made one section of the story. And it's so fucking adorable. And I'm in love with this show. It's literally made for me. And if I was able to fund anime, this is the type of shit that I would fund. The weird shit that everyone's too scared to do. And the best part too, is with all that stupidity, there is a legit story blossoming between these two. Like in the intro of this, she really wanted to hug and he's like, bitch, I don't know what's going to happen after that hug. Either I'm going to be too aroused and it ain't going to come to fruition, or you're going to kill me. Even though she kills him every episode. The actual bond between these two is really adorable, as they have the stupidest ways they just hang out. But for them, it's perfect. He likes going on his Isekai adventures. She likes hearing about him and bullying him. It's just, it legitimately has great character bonding between these two with a competently written story that is designed around the absurd. Absurd does not equal poorly written. And I think too many people would look at a show like this like, oh, it's just stupid. There's no thought put into it. It's like, no, there is. The way this show would be stupid is if they would, you know, take 4 episodes of a story arc like the fucking vegetables. That would be too much. You don't want to overstay your welcome. There is an argument to be made by overstaying your welcome to the point that it's no longer funny. If you commit to it just a bit longer, it becomes funny again. But this show hasn't really had to worry about that too much. It's a beautiful fucking abomination. It is. It's a beautiful abomination. And it's fucking clever. And it pains me that so many people don't see its brilliance. But this is, and I unironically mean this. I'm not joking. I joke a lot. Unironically mean this, anime of the season. It's fucking wonderful. Your thoughts? Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and of course the Patreon, full live reactions to everything we're covering over there, and other exclusives, because you know I got to give those video shows because my patrons will make it all possible over here on YouTube. Alright, so today we've got Just Miku Simp, Papa Golf Whiskey, Dirchers, Diz V, and we also have the Green Ranger. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.